And now, there we are. Sorry, our microphone didn't, it decided not to, we have a radio mic thing, and it decided not to link. The sender didn't link to the receiver, but now it is. So there we are. Right, let's start all of that again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you were able to lip read. And welcome to Sunday night as organ music night. There's always got to be some little sort of technical thing. Vanessa, is there a reason that the camera is pointing so far over there? Guck mal, die Kamera ist sehr weit rechts, kann das sein? Ne? Ich muss nur ein bisschen nach hinten und dann bin ich schon weg.
Nicht nach hinten.
Ja, manchmal muss ich nach hinten.
Du sollst gerade sitzen.
Ich soll gerade sitzen. Okay, thank you. Honestly, she's getting very big for her boots, this director lady here. Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Take two. Welcome to Sunday night is organ music night. And yes, as Cameron Platts rightly saw earlier in the piece that I was improvising there, this is a new organ, at least it's new to us here in the gang. And it's a sample set I've actually had for a long time and haven't sampled yet. And I feel quite bad about that because it's an absolutely magnificent instrument. Now, the instrument itself is a sort of a very 1970s style German church organ instrument. It was built by the German organ builder Weigler, W-E-I-G-L-E, wonderful name. Weigler, who is from a place called Echterdingen, wherever that is. Sounds like something in South Germany. And the Weigler organ company is a very old organ company, and they built magnificent organs throughout their time. I'm not sure if they're still in existence. Perhaps someone out there can tell us. And this instrument was sampled for Hauptwerk by Rainer Sulkat from Pipe Loops, as they're called. And Rainer gave me this organ a while back and said, enjoy it, play with it, see what you can do with it. And I added it to my list of instruments and not forgot about it, but it just sort of, you know, it sort of just remained in the background. And I must admit, I'm very guilty with this one. I'm very guilty because I just sort of thought, well, it's a general German organ that I can use maybe for general German things. And then over the last couple of weeks, I've been playing around with it more and more, and I've gotten to love it. It's absolutely amazing. It's been perfectly sampled for Hauptwerk. It's an amazing instrument, and I've been tweaking the sort of the levels. It's been sampled in various places throughout the church, and I've been playing around with the levels. And I think it's an amazing instrument. So, dear Rainer, I am so sorry I haven't presented it until now. And we're going to have a look at it tonight because it really is quite something. And oh my goodness, do we have a program of goodies for you tonight? We've got so many exciting things. And believe it or not, we've got, I don't know, how many birthdays do we have tonight? At least 2, if not more. Wie viele Geburtstage haben wir heute? Mindestens 2. Frau Gartshore?
Gregor Heidel hat den Geburtstag.
Yes. Matthew? Who else? That's it? Just 2 so far? Oh, we've got lots. And we've got all sorts of exciting things to get through. Now, the program is a rather exciting program indeed. And yeah, we've got lots of goodies here. Now, we started with King of Glory, King of Peace. And I used that to sort of show you the crescendo, decrescendo style of this organ. And I think it's rather delicious, actually. Let me talk you through some of the things here. It's a 4-manual instrument. And well, it's actually a 3-manual main organ and a 1-manual choir organ. Now, in the church itself, the organ is, of course, up on the west wing, up on a sort of, you know, an organ balcony, an organ loft, and it's rather delicious. But this choir organ is sort of down at the front of the church, and it's all playable from one console. And what I've cleverly done, I don't know if you can hear this. Let me sort of pump up the organ a little bit. Let's pump it up to about there. That's the main organ, a nice bright sound that you might use to accompany a hymn. Now imagine you were playing a sort of an antiphonal piece of music where you had a large organ and then the choir. So let's say this is the choir. And then I answer on the big organ. Now, if you pump up the organ really quite far, you get some rather exciting effects. The quiet organ, you can make it sound quite distant. Exciting stuff, and you can play around with the sort of the sounds there. I can make the quiet organ sound even more distant. That's exciting, isn't it? That's exciting stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, and it's a rather interesting instrument itself. It's got all the usual things. It's got lovely string sounds. Absolutely perfect. And then, of course, it's got, it's got a, what's it called? An octave coupler down here. Sorry, let me do that again. Oh. Give you that big luscious not French, but big luscious stringy sound. Things are being printed in the background. That's good. That means spontaneous requests are coming in. We like spontaneous requests. I have quite a few things on the program for tonight. Exciting stuff. And then, of course, it's got all the usual stuff. Now, it does have some interesting reeds because it's a German organ of the 1970s. It's the early 70s, so it's basically 60 style. So it's that sort of bizarre time in German organ building where the, sort of the neo-Baroque stuff was still going on. But thankfully, this isn't over the top. That's a 16-foot Dolzian down on the swell. And there's also a 4-foot Schalmei, which is, which is basically like a sort of small trumpet with a bit of a cold. But it does have a sort of 16, 8 and 4 sound. Which is nice. And if you just add the mixture to that, it's a big 5-rank mixture. Listen to this. Not a bad little sort of full swell sound there. Got all the goodies you want. On the main sort of instrument, the main Hauptwerk, the camera is being moved to the left a little bit. Ah, was I right? Did it need to be moved to the left a little bit? Point to me. A very rare occurrence in this household. Point to me. I'm going to write that down. In Dear Diary, today I was right. For the first time ever. Anyway, so a big fat sound, which is, like I said, not normal for this style of instrument from this time in German history, but big fat sound. Oh, lovely. Very nice indeed. And again, you can build up a really nice principal chorus with a huge 6-rank mixture. This is where it becomes neo-Baroque. Big, big, big. And then with that 8-foot trumpet, a 16-foot bourdon. And then there's the weirdest little thing called a Hörnle, a little horn, which is like, kind of like a sesquialtera. And if you add that to an 8-foot flute and a 4-foot flute, you get this. So it's like a little cornet. It's rather cute, actually. I like the way they called it a hörnle, a little horn. That's really quite cute. Then there's something, you know, to beef things up. There's a, you know, a normal 2 2/3 quint, but there's a 5 1/3 quint as well. So if you add that with the 16-foot, it gives you sort of much bigger, sort of fruitier sound. And again, with the mixture, just adds, here's it without. And then with. Just gives it a bit more sort of, It's like 5 1/3 on a Hammond. I see people talking about Hammond organs in the chat tonight. Great things. I love Hammond organs. I'm still trying to find a Hammond organ for this, which would be amazing. But yeah, it just sort of adds a bit of beef to it. There's a rook positive, which is behind the organist, I'm guessing, which is why it's called a rook positive. And it's been sampled in a certain way that you can make it sound more direct. Or you can make it sound less direct. Yeah, and I quite like that because that gives you that sort of that. Hear that? Gives you the feeling of sitting right at the organ. Let's go back and add a few more stops to that. I hope you're listening on headphones or good speakers. You can hear that very direct. It feels like you're in the organ. And then once again, if I take away that direct sound, it sounds like you're in the church. Add it back. And so on and so on. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. Down at the pedal, we have lots of goodies on the pedal. There are only two 16-foots. There's a sub-bass, which is a bourdon, basically. And it speaks quite quickly, which is rather useful, but there's a big fat principal bass, which woofs at you the whole time. But that's it. Those are the two 16-foots, which do their job. Then there are three 8-foots. There's the octave bass, which goes with the principal. There's a gems bass, which is a sort of a, which is sort of not quite a flute. It's sort of in between a flute sound and a principal sound. And there's a violon 8, which you could use as a solo. Something called a tenor at 4-foot. Doesn't sound like a tenor to me. And then a big mixture. So let's add some 8, 16 and 8, and the mixture. Sounds pretty good already. Now that's a fancy mixture. Here's the normal mixture. Oh, what's that, I hear you say? It's not. This is something called a zink, a bass zink. And there's one of those in Marienstadt as well. And it's a mixture that sort of emulates a soft reed. Clever. The main 16-foot reed is the Posaune, which is brilliant. There's a 8-foot trumpet to add to that, and a solo reed, a 2-foot reed. No 4-foot reed, just a 2-foot reed, a singend cornet it's called, which is rather exciting. Now all of that bumped up together, let's get the organ tarted up, there we are, there's the whole thing. This is full organ. Definitely a good sound, isn't it? I like it a lot. There's lots of things you can do with it. So let's introduce you to some music on this organ. Let's open up the hymn book. It's the English hymnal, and we'll just go plop, 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 stop there and see where we are. What's this then? It's a communion hymn. It's even a German hymn. How about that? So let's turn it into something. See if you recognize this. Wow. Good sound, isn't it? That was Schönster Herr Jesu, which is a wonderful old German melody. Oh, most merciful, oh, most bountiful God, the Father Almighty. That's the words there from the English hymnal. We're going to stop playing things from the hymn book for a moment, and we have some pictures to show you, ladies and gentlemen. Someone is missing this evening. Someone who's normally always here, who's normally always keeping an eye on things in the background and sort of helping Vanessa out very secretively and doing his thing. It's Colonel Ryan, the Iron King. We call him the Iron King because normally on a Sunday evening he's at home ironing the family's clothes for the week. And Rien and his family are on holiday. They've gone to Italy for a while, so they can't be with us tonight. So Rien was trying to tune in, but the Wi-Fi in the hotel room where they're staying in Italy isn't up to the job. So he sent us a picture. Let's have a look. Is it a family picture?
No, mit R mit dem See.
It's Rien with it's a lake in the background. Let's have a look. Here it is. Click. Ah, there it is. Colonel Ryan. Colonel Ryan with a nice red hat.
Gardasee.
It's Lake Garda. There you are. They're on Lake Garda. I didn't want to say that. I thought I was going to keep that secret, but Vanessa said it very loudly in the background. So there you are. So they're on Lake Garda, which is a wonderful place to be, especially at this time of year with the heat wave currently attacking Europe. Exciting stuff. So that's lovely. That looks really nice. So Rien and Rien's family have a wonderful holiday, and we look forward to seeing you when you get back. Have a good time. Colonel Ryan. Looks like a happy boy on holiday there. Good for you. Lots of good food, lots of good wine, and believe it or not, the most healthy people in the world, statistically and medically speaking, come from a little village on the west coast of Lake Garda. This is the kind of useless knowledge that I store in my head. A little town called Limone, which is beautiful. It's called Limone because, believe it or not, there are lots of citrus trees around there. And the little village of Limone is famous for being the healthiest place in the world. People who come from there traditionally, the folks who've been there for generations, they are statistically the healthiest people in the world. There you are. There's something you've never heard before. Now then, we had a couple of birthdays this week, like I said, and the first one was Gregor. Was it Gregor? Gregor Heindl. It was his birthday on Tuesday. Gregor hatte am Dienstag Geburtstag. Gregor Heindl. Ist Gregor heute Abend da? Ja, sicher, natürlich ist Gregor da. Und ich glaube, wir müssen natürlich erstmal Happy Birthday für Gregor singen. Und dann, oh boy, der hat sich was richtig Tolles gewünscht. Ich habe die Musik gefunden. Oh mein Gott, das war auch ein Riesenakt, diese Musik zu finden. Mehr dazu gleich auf Englisch. Und ich spiele dieses Stück gerne für den Gregor. So, it was Gregor's birthday on Tuesday. Gregor Heindl, who's been with us here on the channel for a very long time. And Gregor chose or requested a very exciting piece of music I've actually been wanting to feature on the channel for a very long time, but I haven't been able to find the music. And it dawned on me in the back of my mind, someone I knew had the music, so I got in touch. However, more on that anecdote in a minute. Once we have sung Happy Birthday for Gregor. Once in English, once in German, you know what to do. Right, we're looking for music in the background. Now, like I say, I was looking for music and Gregor requested this magnificent piece. I've been looking for it for a long, long time and I couldn't find the music anywhere. So I contacted a friend who I knew had played it somewhere in concert. And where had this been played in concert? I found it on YouTube. Remember the organ in Wiesbaden that we visited a long time ago, Vanessa and I? It became actually our most popular video. It's been looked at, it's been watched well over 1 million times. I think the English and German versions together almost at 2 million or something crazy like that. It's been clicked an awful lot and people seem to love that video. And it was a wonderful instrument. And the organist who is there now is my old friend Johannes Schröder, who was in the organ at the organ in Virgus for a long time, and that's just around the corner from here, which we also featured on the channel a very long time ago, in the days when we still did it just in German, I think. And Johannes is now the organist in Wiesbaden, but before him it was a chap called Gabriel Dessauer. And Gabriel's a wonderful guy, and there's a wonderful video up on YouTube of Gabriel playing this very piece. There aren't many people who play it on YouTube. There's only a couple of recordings up there. And so I got in touch with Gabriel and said, I can't find the music for this. Can you please send me a copy? He obliged and sent me a copy. It's a wonderful piece of music by a guy called Bach, but it's not the version you're thinking of. It's been arranged, believe it or not, for Hammond organ. So he and Nancy and all the folks talking about Hammond organs. This was arranged for Hammond organ by a chap called Porter Heaps. Ever heard of Porter Heaps before? It's wonderful, what a wonderful name. Porter Heaps and Lloyd Norlin. What wonderful names! And this was arranged in, oh God, can I read that? 1965. And it's an arrangement of the Toccata and Fugue in D minor, which everybody loves or loathes. And it's called Swinging Bach. They turned it into a sort of a swing number. And the original version should actually have some drums in the background doing some fancy things. And it should be played in rhythm. Not many people do, but it should be played in rhythm. So let's see what we can do with it then. This is Swinging Bach, a swing version of the Toccata and Fugue in D minor, and this is Gregor Heindel's birthday request. Enjoy. Bach by Porter Heaps. I've been looking for that for a long time for the channel. It's a wonderful, fun piece of music. If you can somewhere find the music, get your hands on it, try playing it. It's great fun. You don't have to play the original toccata and fugue in D to be able to play it. It's much easier. Much, much easier, and makes for a good little piece of music. Definitely good fun to enjoy. Now, this magnificent instrument so far, we've had lots of loud stuff so far. Let's do some soft music. It can do some really beautiful soft stuff as well. And I had a request earlier, and we didn't get round to finding the music for it, but our good friend Joe requested a piece of music regarding sheep and their grazing habits. And I will dig it out. I've got it somewhere. I've got a proper arrangement for it. Sheep may safely graze. I've got an arrangement for it somewhere, so I must dig it out. So that's a future one for Joe. But here's a piece of music about a shepherd. And it's by a composer who I have featured on the channel before. I think, yes, I have played this piece before. I think I played it on the Marienstadt organ. It's a rather beautiful, very simple piece of music. It's just called The Gentle Shepherd by Alec Rowley, no less. Isn't that lovely? It's so cute, it's so simple. I love music that sounds simple. Simple sound. In this day and age, a lot of things are getting too complicated and too sort of weird and wonderful. There was something I heard in the organ news, I think this is quite current. The international, I think was it over in Haarlem, not in US, in Holland, in the Netherlands, the Haarlem sort of organ competition, sort of improvisation competition, they didn't award a winner because they didn't think people were being creative and modern enough. Well, why? What were they looking for? I think that's a bit weird. I'm not sure what the politics behind that is. I will have to do some more digging. But the organ world is a strange world. And if you're going to have an organ competition, then someone surely should win it at some point. So I'm not quite sure why they didn't choose a winner. I'm not sure what they're looking for. What are we looking for in the world of improvisation? I think in this day and age, you know, if you do that for 20 minutes and then occasionally go in the background, maybe that's what they're looking for. I certainly hope not. That would be pathetic. That would be absolutely terrible. Now, on the subject of birthdays, this is a magnificent piece of fun here. Now, and this is incredibly difficult stuff, so we're going to have to sort of work out how we're going to do this. Vanessa, Vanessa, we have, are you, oh, hold on.
Ja?
Vanessa's busy. Ja.
Nee, das dauert ein bisschen länger alles. Alles okay, wir können es beschreiben.
Wen schreibst du?
Ingo.
Ingo, lieber Ingo, einen wunderschönen guten Abend. Wie geht's dir, lieber Ingo?
Ingo geht's gut, der macht Steuererklärung.
Oh God, du Arme. Ingo is doing his tax returns. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh, that reminds me. We need to pay money to the tax office. We got our tax, oh God, are we late? I hope not. We got our tax returns for 2018 and 2019 recently. And I think we had to pay something back. Oops. I better check up on that. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Ingo. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Paying money to the tax office when you don't have any money. That's always a good idea. That's going to be fun. Oh boy. Anyway, we must have a look at that. Jerry's here tonight. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Jerry. Jerry's got someone very special visiting him at the moment. Jerry's mum is over to visit from Ireland. So hi, Jerry. Nice to see you along this evening. Hope you're having a wonderful time. This is exciting. Yes, Jerry, it's a new organ tonight. It's the Weigler organ in Nagold, which is somewhere up in, I think, northern or eastern Germany. And it's a pipe loops organ that Rainer gave to me a long time ago. And we're featuring it for the first time tonight. And it's lovely. It's lovely indeed. Now, yeah, we'll do that one day. That's Grieg. Yeah. Grieg by him and him. I'm playing all the right notes, just not necessarily in the right order. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check Grieg's Piano Concerto, Andre Previn and Eric Morecambe, and you will know what I'm talking about. Vanessa, I need your attention, please.
Yes?
Jetzt machen wir den Film von Matthew.
Also.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have a Patreon page, and on that Patreon page there are various levels of membership. Vanessa will probably put a link to it at some point, and one of those levels is called On Shamad, and On Shamad members get tuition, private tuition from me, and it can be organ tuition, it can be whatever, it can be anything musical. And one of my students, a wonderfully talented mathematician from the US, Matthew. Matthew is dead into music, but also dead into maths. I think he's secretly a math genius. I'm guessing secretly a math genius. And Matthew is very, very talented indeed, and he composes. He composes music. And Matthew and I talk regularly about his compositions, about composing ideas. We talk about other kinds of, we talk about all sorts of things in the world of composition. And it's Matthew's birthday today, the 24th of July. And Matthew thought this was an amazing coincidence because it's exactly 6 months after my birthday, which is the 24th of January. So he composed this piece of music actually for me for my birthday. And me being up to date like I am, I'm playing it tonight for the first time. So we're playing it for Matthew, believe it or not. So it's entitled A Fun Fugue for Fraser. Now Matthew knows me by now. Matthew and I, we've known each other for well over a year now. And Matthew knows that I loathe and detest the world of counterpoint, basically because I'm completely dyslexic when it comes to counterpoint. I break into a cold sweat when I have to play fugues. I just don't do it. It's not my natural habitat. I'm much better at crashing chords, much better. I can do it, but it's just, you know, it's just, oh my God, my brain goes into sort of overload. So Matthew, in his sarcastic brilliance, decided to compose a fugue for me. And here's the, hold on, I need to change my registrations again. I need to change the registration. Here is the, actually, what registrations did I, oh, I had this, didn't I? Yes, I did, look at this. I had this. And this is the fugue theme. And we take it to there. That is the theme of the fugue. It sounds like a nice melody in C major, but I don't know if you noticed there were 6 elements to that theme. F, R, A, S, E, and R, Fraser. And yeah, and then I'd sort of, when he composed this, he showed me the music and we talked about it, and he sort of asked me with that mathematician's glint in his eye and said, can you work out where I got the theme from? And I couldn't, because obviously in my name there are 2 R's, for example, F-R-A-S-E-R, and you know, I'm trying to work out, well, how did he get the, there are 2 R's, but they're completely different. How did he do this? So why did he do it? So Matthew decided to create a little video explaining how he got to the theme Fraser with these things. And I'm going to play the fugue for you tonight, and at least I'm going to try to play it for tonight. But here is Matthew to explain how it works first. Now we have to do this technical thing here and hope that it works. So, Vanessa?
Ja.
Bist du bereit?
Immer.
Ist Matthew bereit? Is Matthew bereit?
Okay.
Let's hope that it works. I would put Matthew on screen first. The sound should be on, it should be running. Ich würde ihn mach ihn mal auf Vollbild zuerst und dann kannst du loslegen. Ich sehe ihn aber nicht auf unserem Programm. Das ist Preview.
Ja.
Dann mach ihn mal auf Vollbild und dann starte, nicht andersrum.
I'm Matthew, so I ought to explain how I put the subject Fraser in the fugue I wrote for Fraser's birthday. So if you come over here, you'll see that this is the subject of the fugue, and it's you can see that it is 6 measures, which is an indication that as Fraser is 6 letters, each measure is a letter, but it's not obvious how I did that. And so what I did was I noted that there are 7 notes in a scale, and it just so happens that this old standard ASCII for encoding letters into binary for computers to read is 7 bits, i.e. 7 ones and zeros, and you can use that to encode from the 7-bit ASCII into the 7 pitches of the scale. In this case, we're in C major, so it's C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now, if we take the first measure, starting with C, we have a C, so that means we have a 1. We have a D, so that's another 1. We do not have an E, so that's 0. We don't have an F, so that is 0. We do have a G. We have an A, and we do not have a B. So now we have a 7-digit binary number. And if we go to this table, which explains ASCII, we start with 110. So that's here, and then 0110, which is here. And if we look, that is lowercase f. And if you repeat that for the next measure, you'll get R, A, S, E, R. So that's how I encoded the whole thing into the subject of the fugue. Bye.
That then, what an explanation. Did you understand all of that? If you're a mathematician, I dare say you will have understood that. If, like me, you're an organist, a musician, you may not have understood it at its full extent there. But yes, isn't that amazing what you can do when you think about things in a sort of different way? And that's one of the most wonderful things about Matthew and his composition styles. He's taking his I would say, passion for maths and music and combining them together. And Matthew was working on the most amazing fugue that just had, one, not an atonal fugue, but just, one note for every sort of, it's so confusing, even I didn't understand it, but we're working on that together. And it's great because he tries to explain these things to me, and then I sort of sometimes try to turn it into something musical, or to make it playable. So anyway, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the fun fugue for Fraser. Yes, definitely fun fugue for Fraser, and have fun with this. It's called A Fun Fugue for Fraser on the subject Fraser, with small f, that's quite important, by Matthew Stevens, whose birthday it is today. So in a moment we'll play Happy Birthday for Matthew, but here let's work on this magnificent thing. This is his amazing fugue. Let's see how we get on. That was the fun fugue for Fraser, and fun for Matthew, and not much fun for Fraser, but we got through it with the occasional fluff on the way past. But yeah, it's an incredibly difficult thing. I even put in pedal markings, yeah, so it's not something I do very often. I had to put in pedal markings. Thank you, Matthew. Let's quickly sing Happy Birthday to Matthew. I think we need a huge organ for this, don't we? Yes. Sing Happy Birthday to Matthew, and we can sing it in a different time signature. Let's see if we can work this out. Happy birthday in 7/8. There you are. It's about as mathematical as I can get for that. Ha! Thank you so much, Matthew, for that magnificent present. 6 months too late, but there we are. That was a present to you. I finally got my way around it, and I hope you enjoyed my performance of it. I suspect it should be a lot faster, but as an almost quintagenarian, there's no way I can play it any faster than that. Time for a drink. Now, I was given a piece of paper earlier this evening, and it's this. And this was requested by someone. Mrs. Gartshore?
Die Gedanken sind frei. Das weiß nicht, wer das gewöhnt ist. Keine Ahnung.
No?
Nee.
It appeared in my list.
Weiß ich nicht.
Weißt du nicht mehr?
Das hier?
Weiß ich nicht.
Nee.
Okay. This is a piece of music that appeared in the list. Somebody requested it. So if you're here tonight and you requested it, and you remember requesting it, what on earth is that? Please tell me, and we will play it for you. So anonymous at the moment. This is. Oh, we have one more anonymous coming up. This is an anonymous, and it's a very traditional sort of German tune that people might sing. I don't know these things because I wasn't brought up in Germany, so I had to learn these tunes since I've been here. And die Gedanken sind frei. Our thoughts are free. What a wonderful idea. Transpose it through almost all 12 major keys and play around with it. Die Gedanken sind frei. Understand what I did there? Our thoughts are free. We had a request for some spontaneous Bach, which I don't like. What's this?
Das ist nicht Bach.
What's this?
Das ist erstmal für Hannes Hobby.
Okay.
Also wir haben auch noch was für
What's this then? Okay, this is a spontaneous request. Okay, let's do this before we move on. What is this? Oh, I know what this is actually. Good heavens, this is. Ooh, da 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 la 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 la. Oh my goodness. Da 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 dee da da dee da 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 dee da da da. What? Huh? Da 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 dee. What on earth is that? Okay, no, I don't know this actually. This isn't the complete. What on earth is this? I have no idea what this is. This was a request by Hannes Hobby, and it looks weird. It's the Waldurner Blutlied. Oh my God, it's the blood song of the Waldurner. Yeah, that sounds quite amazing. Let's play through the melody and see what it is. It's a weird melody. It transposes all over the place. Let's see if we can work out. Is it major or minor? Let's see if we can work it out. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know who wrote this out. They've got the bar lines all in the wrong place. Playing through it like that suddenly made more sense. All right, let's play around with it and see what we can do. I think I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to turn it into a mad Mephisto waltz, I think. A weird and wonderful piece of music there, the Waldurner Blutlied. If you don't know what that is, the Waldurner, they're a crazy bunch of pilgrims who sort of tramp through Germany at a great rate. They're always on the move. I don't think they ever sort of end up anywhere. And they actually, the Waldurner pilgrimage comes through Herschbach, where I play the organ. And they're quite a crowd to contend with, let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. Right, that was a request for Hannes Hobby. That's an ominous blue book. The blue book means Bach. And this is another. Yep. Okay. This is another anonymous request. I love anonymous requests. I wish you wouldn't do that. And someone requested, I played this ages ago, and I hope I can remember it. This is spontaneous. Thank you for remaining anonymous, because otherwise I would probably jump through the camera and not be happy. I have no idea if I can still play this, so let's see. This is, actually, let's take my swinging bell. That would probably work. Yeah, a long, long time ago, I presented myself with the challenge of learning Bach's Prelude in G major, number 541. And I tried memorizing it within 48 hours or something. I can't remember, within 2 days or something like that. I can't remember. Or within 16 hours or some crazy amount of time. I tried learning it, memorizing it, and I can't remember how well it went. And I haven't played it since then. So I don't know, let's try it and see what happens. So, thank you, Mr. Spontaneous, or Miss Spontaneous, whoever you are out there. This is my spontaneous rendition of the Prelude only in G 541. Let's hope it works. Oh, that almost worked. Wow. These are this is good that people keep requesting these things, so that sort of reminds me to keep practicing things and keep them up to date. That's a marvelous piece of music. That it's really stupidly impossible, but it's sort of still doable. I almost memorized. I couldn't turn the page for the last page, so I thankfully had still memorized the last page. God, put that away and burn it. Thank you, thank you very much. Interesting. While I was playing that, actually, this is quite funny because another one of my online students, I keep reminding him, stop with the Virgil Fox and all this sort of things. And here's me playing Bach with all the Virgil Fox hand movements. All those whoomph, flying of hands and things like that. We mustn't do that. We mustn't do that. We should be calm and collected and controlled at all times. Yeah, right. At least when we're practicing. Right, okay, that's the naughty request over and done with. Please, no more naughty requests. Nice requests, please.
Das ist nett.
Is it nice?
Ich hoffe, das ist das Richtige.
What is it? Let's have a look here. This is a request for Joe. Ah, yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Let's do this. Shall we do this on this organ as well? Yeah, why not? It's possible to play anything on any organ. I've showed you that on many times. So let's see what we can do with this. And let's play this. This is a lovely piece of music. This is Dean Martin. Dean Martin. What a wonderful guy Dean Martin was. So yes, so if only I had a glass of whiskey, then I could do that. What happened there? That's weird. The iPad just went whoosh and disappeared. I don't know what happened there. Why did it do that? And now I can't see my chat. There it is. Okay. Ooh. Cheers. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Vanessa's pointing in the background and doing this, which means I have to remind you about our donation system. Our what do we call it? Our tickets. Have you bought a ticket for tonight's performance, for tonight's concert? Join us on the PayPal page there. You see the PayPal link at the top. It's pinned on. And if you click on that, you can choose from various options. There are options 1, 2, 3, or 4, I think. Option number 1 is it computer power or something like that? Option number 2 is for the directors. You can send a donation to Vanessa, which is always good fun. And so on and so on and so on. And yes, we are always very grateful to you for your generous donations. It's what keeps us going. It's what keeps the channel going. It's what keeps us in bread and water, as it were. It's not quite that bad, but you know, inflation is there. We're having to deal with it and things like that. But no, we're always very, very grateful to you for your generous donations. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, if it's like, I think we call it a virtual concert ticket. So imagine you were going to a concert, a virtual concert, and someone would say, oh, can I have your ticket, please? Because obviously you bought a ticket. And that ticket price is up to you. I think there are some suggestions there on the PayPal link. But if you want to donate more or less for the price of that ticket, then so be it, up to you. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. This is a wonderful piece of music made famous by the legendary Mr. Dino Martino. And if you know it, sing along. It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That sounds almost like the start of a hymn, doesn't it? It's not, it's Dean Martin. Gentle on my mind. There was a bit missing there, wasn't there? Isn't there sort of a middle bit?
Ja.
Gentle on my mind. On one page of music. There's something missing, I think.
Süß, oder nicht?
Bit.
Doch süß.
It's beautiful. It's lovely. I love that kind of music. That sort of happy. What happened to the days of happy music? Remember back in the good old days. Back in the good old days, the world of, let's just say the world was a mess. All sorts of crazy things were going on, but music was still happy in the background, and everyone was sort of still happy and bopping about because music was happy. There were, things like this. Dean Martin was on the television with Gentle on My Mind, and Dean Martin sliding down the fireman's pole at the beginning of his show, still in his dinner jacket and having guests, and all very spontaneous and wonderful. And times were happier and life was good. Remember those days? And nowadays, things aren't any different. The world's still crap, but so is the music out there. It's all sort of dreary, sentimental snot, isn't it? It's there. I don't know. Where's all the happy music these days? We had this recently. We were listening to music. Oh, actually, hold on. I need a request. This is my request for me. Hold on, we're looking for a spontaneous request here for happy music. Let's see what we can find. So. No results. Hä? Mit D, nicht T.
Wo denn? Ben?
Ja, genau, mit D. Oh.
Gibt's nicht.
Nope. All right then. We'll work it out for next time. Yeah. The world of happy music. If you find it for me, you get an enormous kiss. You get an enormous kiss anyway, but you get an enormous kiss to say, yes, of course it's on. Of course it's on. Put the title in and then PDF and you've got it. Oh, she's found it. Very clever. Muss man bezahlen? Oh no. Can you print off the first page? I'll work it out from there. Anyway, yeah, all this wonderful... The world's still crap. It is Alex Michael. Alex Michael, you're right, it is. Okay. We should be much happier. And if we had more happy music in the world, we would all be happier as well. And we wouldn't be moping about in the background. All right, what am I playing now? I haven't got anything, baby. You need to give me some music. Oh, the Brown Book of Magic.
So, entweder 110 oder 202.
Oh, let's have a look. 110? 110. All right, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. One at a time. One at a time. Oh, that looks fun. But so does this. Oh. Okay. Shall we have fun or shall we have more fun? No, let's have fun. And next time we will have more fun. Right. The Brown Book of Magical Tunes has appeared. And this is for our friend Gleiswanderer, who we love and adore. And yeah, this one is called Vergebt, which means forgive! Exclamation mark. Plural, so forgive.
Was sind das hier für Bilder, die ich eingebe, wenn ich das Lied suche?
Ooh, gosh. All right. We can't find the piece of music I'm looking for in the background, which is a shame because it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Anyway, right. 110. Vergebt. Forgive. Forgive. That's something that is also forgotten in this world these days, isn't it? People are just, oh, you did this, you did that. Yes, just forgive, forget, move on. The world will be a happier place. Let's turn the world into a happier place together. Shall we do that, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, let's do that. Turning that into a sort of British march music. I love that. Vergebt. I love the harmonies. Those weren't my harmonies. Those are the harmonies written in the music here. Listen to this. The melody does this. Yeah? Sounds fairly innocent, doesn't it? How would you harmonize that? It's like yeah? Not very. But it does this. How amazing is that? I see more music. Isn't that wonderful? Gleiswanderer, thank you very much for these magnificent suggestions. If you don't have one of these things, ladies and gentlemen, just go and order online a hymn book. Or I think you can actually find all the hymn melodies online these days. These are the Jehovah's Witnesses hymns. Whatever you might think of the Jehovah's Witnesses, and I have no opinion one way or the other, but my God, I love the music. There's no denying that. It's wonderful. Check out the website. Check out the music. It's all there, apparently. Check out the music and just learn all this music. It's wonderful. It's crazy stuff. Next request, please, Mrs. Gartshore. I'm enjoying this. What's this then? What's this? Ooh. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, hold on. Stop. We have a request for Jez M, don't we? Hanging around there somewhere.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Was ist denn damit?
Let's have it. Let's have it. I know. It's going to be a late one tonight, ladies and gents. We're enjoying ourselves. Our friend Jez M requested something amazing by Mr. Matt Monroe. Remember Matt Monroe? What's he doing these days? Is he even still around? I have no idea. And can we do Matt Monroe on this organ? I'm sure we can. Words and music by Don Black and Udo Jürgens. Udo Jürgens? Udo Jürgens was an Austrian tax dodger who had all sorts of wonderful hits in the German-speaking language. I didn't know he wrote this. I didn't know that. Wonderful. It's called Walk Away. Matt Monroe back in the 60s. I think I've got memories of the video for this. It's Matt Monroe looking like some sort of James Bondy thing, wandering around, and there's some dark-haired girl in that as well. It was filmed wasn't it filmed in Rome or something like that? Am I making this up? I'm sure there was something about it that was filmed in Rome. Anyway, my mind playing tricks on me again. That's the rhythm we want for Walk Away. Jez, I love this request. Good idea. Yeah. Good that I've got my bolero rhythm going tonight. walk on, walk away. Not walk on, walk away. Great, isn't it? Ah, I love it. Yeah, you have to go crazy during the middle bit of that, where it changes from C to A flat. You have to go crazy. Yeah, it works on an organ like this as well. It works. This is wonderful. Things are being printed. Who's this for, please?
Vielleicht kommst du von alleine drauf.
Huh? Apparently, I should know who this is for. Por una cabeza. From The Scent of a Woman. 1935.
Von wem könnte das sein?
1935. 1935. Well, there's nobody in our audience who's from 1935. At least I don't think so. Who could this be from? I don't know. Is this another one from Joe?
No.
No. This is not. All right, then you have to tell me. I have no idea who this could be for.
Right?
No. It's not for Gleiswanderer. It's not for Jez. It is, I don't know. Who? Nancy? No.
Aber der richtigen Spur.
Richtigen
Einer
Spur.
Frau.
Then it must be Ursa.
Ja.
Yeah? It's our friend Ursa Meyer. The Scent of a Woman. I imagine you know what the scent of a woman would be. Ursa Meyer.
Wie ist das hin?
Ursa, I have no idea. Let's find out.
Das wird aber schön.
Let's be spontaneous. Let's be spontaneous. 1944. Jeff, 1944. You're older than my dad. Good heavens. Who else? Who have we got? 1944.
Wünscht sich deine Mutter eigentlich nicht mal was?
Yeah, what's with my mum actually? Have you got any requests? Mum's always here. Mum's watching along all these times. And yeah, we need a request for. We've had a request when Nancy Telling had her birthday concert. We had a request from my mum. It was, what was it? Tonight. It was that, wasn't it? Yeah, what do you want? Any requests, Mater? Do let us know. Right, let's play around with this. This looks rather soft and gentle. Por una cabeza. Hm?
Was Falsches gesagt eben.
Mm.
Sie wird darüber nachdenken.
Por una cabeza. Wonderful. A tango to be danced to. I hope you're all out there dancing naughty tangos. Naughty tangos. 1947. Yes, that's the year my mum was born. However, it's not at least is that a request for a piece of music? Meta, would you like a piece of music? Let us know for next time, I think.
Fraser sagt, du hast dir eine Riesenfreude gemacht.
Proprano no lo. What are you talking about? Good heavens. Good heavens, good heavens. People are talking about medications now. No, let's not talk about medicines and things like that. Be happy. Don't worry.
Also, hast du gesagt,
Be happy. Do we have a final request for this evening, ladies and gentlemen? We don't. In that case, I'm going to finish off this evening's concert with something jazzy and bluesy on this magnificent instrument, because I think it's wonderful. This, if you are joining us late, this is the Weigler organ found in Nagold, which is a town somewhere in Germany. And it was sampled for Hauptwerk by Pipe Loops, Rainer Sulkat. And it's absolutely magnificent. I love it to bits. I'm going to be featuring it on a regular basis now because I think it's magnificent. And yeah, it can play any kind of music, which is amazing. Because a lot of these sort of German sort of neo-Baroque style organs, this isn't quite that bad. These ones, you can only sort of play very specific things on them. And this is a wonderful instrument. It's got everything you need, and it's great. It's a big 4-manual instrument, albeit 3 manuals plus choir organ, but wonderful indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's finish off this evening's with I think we need a naughty blues. And let's have, we haven't had this for a few weeks. We've had it a couple of times, but let's have the St. Louis Blues, which is a wonderful piece of music to play on the organ at any time. Let's have this. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Sunday Night is Organ Music Night, live from the Gartshore Gang headquarters here in sunny Germany. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your generous donations. I hope you enjoyed Sunday night. Next week we will be back on Friday with Friday Night is Organ Music Night, and with more of your requests and more fun and games. And let's see which organ we will have for you on Friday. My goodness, exciting stuff. I look forward to seeing you through the week. There will be some extra videos produced and ready. And I look forward to seeing you in the audience. Thank you very much for taking part. Thank you for joining in. Have a good week and see you all very, very soon. Good night. Good night. Good night.